Joining me now is Colin Clark, Director of Research at the Soufan Group. So one of the things that Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that in order to normalize relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel, other Arab states and Israel, there has to be a resolution to the conflict, number one, in Gaza. But there also has to be a clear pathway for a Palestinian state. The Netanyahu government has been against that. Benjamin Netanyahu, regardless of what he personally believes, politically speaking, can't do that because he'll alienate the far right in his government. They will toss him overboard and he'll be out of office. How does a resolution come with Benjamin Netanyahu still in power?
I don't know that it does, Katie. I think Netanyahu may be out, and there are protests in Israel, over the past couple of weeks agitating toward that. I think Netanyahu has been perceived as self-serving and, asleep at the wheel, because in the past, his message was, you may not like me personally, but I keep you safe. Well, now that that veil's been lifted, what does he actually do? So I think there's going to be, a real meeting of the minds within Israeli domestic politics to figure out a way forward, because without a political solution to this conflict, we'll be back here 6, 12, 18 months from now.
We keep talking about an escalation in tensions and escalating worries about this war spilling out and broadening throughout the region. There have been repeated attacks by Houthi rebels on the Red Sea. There's stuff happening in the Gulf of Oman, which is over the bend from Saudi Arabia. What do you anticipate happening? And is there actually a threat of this broadening? How much on the precipice are we? Or does the region see this as a localized problem? And yes, the Arab Main Street is going to get angry about it. But long term, this is not something that anyone wants to escalate.
Well, I think we're actually in a low-boil regional war at the moment. There's a lot of talk about heading that off, but I think we're there. The question becomes, do we escalate into a broader conflagration that kind of brings in all of these Iranian proxies even more fully into the fray than they already are? So the Houthi rebels in Yemen, Iraqi Shia militias, various groups in Syria that have been agitating. And this is all orchestrated by the Iranians. And we see, the Iranians are more brazen today than they've been since any time, I'd say since the 1980s. And so, we're reaching a point where the United States needs to respond in this various theaters. They've responded in Iraq, which has caused, a couple of other additional problems there. But there's going to have to be something done in Yemen, because Houthi rebels keep threatening global shipping, global commerce. And I know the Pentagon has plans drawn up to strike some drone and missile depots. We're probably getting very close to operationalizing those plans.